Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here, back with another part of What If Naruto Was Separated from His Family. And if you haven't, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's continue our story. Sai was walking around the village with his teammates, Torne and Fu, who were released an hour after he was released. They spent the night at the guest hotel with Storm watching over them. They were discussing about their lives, what could have happened if they were not kidnapped by Danzo. Sai told his teammates that he was an orphan and had a brother whom he was forced to kill. He told them that the Yonam Hokage planned on adopting him and his brother Shin before he died. Sai loved painting and drawing. It was his passion that he took after his brother. During his spare time, he would draw and paint, but could not think of a title. When the seal was removed, his works improved, and he started to think of titles for his art as well. His art was also his weapon in battle. With a brush, ink, and a scroll, he could draw various creatures to assist or fight for him in battle. Torne then told his teammates that he was an outcast from the Aburame clan. He also had no parents. When he was younger, he accidentally killed his parents because of his lethal bugs and who started living on his body when he reached the age of 3. When his clan found out about it, they decided to punish him by banishment from the clan instead of death, as the death of his parents were only an accident. Fu, on the other hand, was from the Yamanaka clan but was also made an outcast. The clan head Inoichi decided to offer him to Danzo. He had no other special abilities, just the same mind controlling and reading jutsu from his clan, although he later found out that he was good at kinjutsu. The three noticed that most of the villagers were giving them odd looks, while some of them openly glared. They later realized that it was because they were from Konoha. They removed their itates, but it was already too late. The villagers have seen them in it. They could not blame them, as they knew what Konoha had done to Uzushio, the betrayal of Konoha to Uzushio. Sai, being one of the top-ranking root Anbus, had privileges to read all high classified missions. When he read about Uzushio's supposed downfall, he told his teammates about it. His teammates just had more reason to hate Konoha when Set told about them the things they'd done to Uzushio. They were already thinking of staying in Uzushio and applying there as its inhabitants. Yet they could continue being a shinobi, and this time they will be able to do everything at their own will. If we join Uzushio, what about Truth then? Asked Torne. You can't be really thinking of going back, are you? Replied Fu. No, of course not. I was just thinking of our other batchmates. They too were being controlled. Maybe we can ask Uzukage for help, said Sai. Yeah, she seems like a fair person, so we are going to apply as Uzushio citizens and then ask for a mission to help other controlled root members, Torne said. That's pretty much it. I wonder if the other people who placed the seals on us are simply being controlled too, Fu mused. It's alright, and it's possible if you agree with that. Agreed, Sai. Alright, let's go back to the hotel and think of how we're going to convince the Uzukage to let us stay here. The other two nodded and they went back to the hotel. Uzukage mentioned, Hello Naruto-kun, how are you doing? Kushina asked as she entered her youngest son's room. Minato followed inside and closed the door. Ka-chan, To-chan, I'm doing well. Konan-chan taught me origami. Look, I can make foxes. I'm trying to make them move, but that doesn't work out. Nagato-san and Yahiko-san and Konan-chan taught me about chakra with the help of Nii-san and Neis-chan. They also taught me some basic chakra exercises so I could make my origami move. That's wonderful, Naruto-kun, she said as she ruffled her son's hair, feeling proud. You really are a fast learner, aren't you? I'm proud of my son. We have decided to teach you basic stuff that are taught in the academy so you could catch up to them. In a few weeks, the next term will start and you could join the academy then, Minato said while beaming. Wow, really? I can't wait, exclaimed Naruto. Naruto-kun, we would like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Huh? Okay. What is it, Ka-chan? To-chan? Naruto-kun, how do you know about Narumi-chan's near-death experience, and who is this Kurama-chan? The boy in question looked at his parents with fear. What if they get angry? Kushina, seeing her son's worried look, tried to comfort her son, Naruto-chan. We are not going to get angry. Your To-chan and I are simply curious. We are also worried for you. We've been hearing you talk to someone we cannot see. Please tell us, what is it, my child? Naruto-kun, tell them and then I'll show them the memories too, to make it easier to explain. Tell them from the day you discovered you are a Jinchuriki," said Kurama's voice. "Alright, Kurama-chan, I'll tell them," Naruto muttered while his parents waited. "Ka-chan, To-chan, it started on the day I found out I was the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi no Yoko." He then told his parents everything from the books he was reading about the shinobi wars that made him curious about the Uzumaki clan and the Rinnegan, up to the point where he met Toby sneaking into the kitchen. He then held out both his hands and stared at his parents, silently asking them if it is alright for them to touch their heads. His parents looked at him questioningly at first but agreed. Naruto then held his parents' head as if he was praying for them. As he closed his eyes, with the connection to the boy's parents now linked, Kurama channeled her chakra and shared the same memories she showed Naruto. She also showed the memories when she and Naruto first met, excluding the part where Naruto fainted because she was naked. After she showed the memories, Naruto removed his hands from the parents' head. The boy's parents looked dumbfounded and were silent for a few minutes, trying to digest everything that was shown to them. I can't believe it. The person whom I considered as my own brother put me under a genjutsu and made me seal a demon into my own son," Minato said, while his voice cracked. He looked at his son with mixed emotions. He suddenly grabbed the boy into a hug while tears fell down his eyes. "Naruto-kun, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault." The boy returned the hug and patted his father's back. "To-chan, it's alright. I'm no longer angry at you. I understand why you sealed Kurama-chan inside me. I do not blame you for everything that has happened to me." Minato then nodded and chuckled at the affectionate name his son gave the Kyuubi. "Kurama-chan, huh? Hey, I never thought the Kyuubi was a female," Kushina murmured. "Hey Kurama, are you listening? Why talk to my son while you never talk to me? I'm quite offended here," she half joked as she put a hand into her chest as if feeling hurt. "Kurama-chan said that your seal was different from mine. While she was inside you and Mito Oba-chan, the seal was so strong all of her chakra was sealed away, while my seal lets a small percentage of Kurama's chakra combine with mine, letting her connect to me," Naruto said. Anyway, Kurama, we thank you for taking care of Naruto. We thank you for keeping him alive." Kurama-chan says it's no problem, since she considers me a family as well. "Thank you," Minato and Kushina both said, again in gratitude. Kushina then changed the subject as she noticed a book that was half hidden under Naruto's pillow. "So Naruto-chan, what have you been reading so far?" she said, indicating to that book. "Oh, I was only able to read our clan's history with Konoha. That's where I stopped to have something to eat and met Tobi-san." "Really are amazing, Naruto-kun. As a parent, I'm proud that you're very interested in learning a lot of things even at your young age. You do remind me of Karin. She's just the same as you. Too curious about everything." "Karin? I remember seeing her name. She was the last person who signed the book before I did. Yes, it was I who assisted her when she wanted to learn about our clan. I do believe you'll meet her when you go to the academy. I can't wait to see her. How does she look like?" "Why, Naruto-kun? Are you interested in her?" Minato joked. "To-chan, you are just like Ne-chan and Ni-san," Naruto whined. "Well, Naruto-kun, she's cute. She wears glasses. While your eyes are blue, hers are pinkish red. I'm sure you like her, and she will definitely like you too. You're just the same," Kushina said. "Ka-chan, not you too." The boy pouted while his parents chuckled at their son's reaction. Minato ruffled his son's hair while Kushina picked the boy up. "Come on, Naruto-kun. Let's have something to eat." "Yay, ramen!" While in Konohagakure, it had been almost a week since their village was attacked. Surprisingly, no more attacks followed. Not even minor villages or some bandit of thugs dared. They probably heard about the Konoha's villagers' disease and were afraid of getting infected, so they wisely kept themselves away from the village. The effects of the laxatives have finally started to wear off. Although they are still feeling weak, they were thankful as the epidemic had finally come to an end. The Hokage had ordered everyone to begin working for the village repair and cleaning. Yuga clan main house mansion. The Yuga elders, along with the current head, Hiyashi, was currently in a meeting. They just finished discussing about the mysterious attackers and were now talking about their own clan's problems. "Hinata is too weak. She's too gentle. She definitely doesn't show the characteristics of a future clan head," one of the elders said. "Yes, she is. Also, have you noticed her eyes? It as if she doesn't have the Byakugan," another was said. "I have noticed that. I've been also thinking of making Hanabi my successor instead. Yeah, she said, but that's unfair. Hinata is the rightful heir, one of them defended. Yes, I agree that's quite unfair, another one said. How about we make her fight against a branch member? If she wins, then we will consider keeping her as heir. If she loses, then we make Hanabi as our successor instead. Hinata will be branded with the cage bird seal and will be given to the branch family. Hiyashi father suggested. Everyone was silent while they thought of the condition. As someone from the main house, there was no doubt that Hinata would lose. The branch house had less opportunities and were only taught weaker versions of the main techniques. Alright then, let us vote. Everyone nodded as they made their decision. In the end, it was an unanimous result. Hinata would fight a branch member. If she loses, she will be branched and she will be branded with the cage bird seal and will be transferred to the branch family. If she wins, she keeps her title as heiress of the Kyuga clan. Who is she going to fight? One of the elders asked. Hisashi's son, Neji, will be opponent of Hinata's battle. Hiyashi said, I see. So when are they going to fight? Let the village recuperate first. We will schedule the match in 2 days. Have both fighters prepare for their battle starting today so that they will be ready. If that's so, then let us call this meeting adjourned. I shall go now and inform Hanabi that she will be here. Why, Hiyashi-san? The result of the match has not even decided yet. We still do not know who's going to win. My daughter of a weakling is no match against Neji. Hiyashi replied coldly as he stood up and left the room. Everyone followed suit and left the room, going to their own business to do. Uchiha clan compound. A certain raven-haired boy could be seen running on the compound streets. He just got back from the training grounds, training by himself, as his brother was too busy for him. Kachan, the boy said as he stopped at the entrance of the main house. I'm home. I'm done some training, he said excitedly as he removed his shoes and went to the living room. Sasuke-kun, look at you. You're so dirty, and your clothes. Why are they signed? His mother said as she fussed over her son. I've been trying to do the fireball jutsu. Sasuke grinned proudly. Heh, you will never catch up to me. While you are learning the fireball jutsu, I'll be learning a new, stronger technique, a new voice said. No, Sasame-chan. No need to stay or say that to your own brother. Why don't you teach him and help him with the training? Their mother said as she got Sasuke fresh clothes to wear. Sasame just coughed while Sasuke stared at his sister. She and he were actually twins. Sasame was 6 minutes older than him. Although they were twins, they were strongly different and were opposites. Sasuke was a very kind and considerate boy, while his twin was an arrogant bitch and had a superiority complex, just like everyone else in the clan. He figured they maybe everyone save him were all stuck-up arrogant pricks. Sasame was just like their brother, Itachi. She too was also a prodigy, while Sasuke was always trying hard to catch up to his siblings, although he still kept positive and cheerful, even though his father disapproved of her dream, only seeing him as a weakling. So he constantly asked his siblings to train with him, but to no avail. Itachi was too busy with the onboard duties, while his twin sister was too selfish. Realizing no one's going to help him with this training, he had gone off to the Uchiha library and began studying all by himself. He had decided to train by himself to impress his family. His mother Mikoto had been worried about him and offered him help. He politely refused, stating that he needed to learn things on his own so that they would be proud of him. Mikoto returned and handed her son a set of fresh clothes. Go and change. Lunch will be ready. Your father and your brother will be arriving soon. Sasame, you help me prepare the table. Sasuke nodded as he took the clothes and went to change. Soon the door opened and Fugaku entered the house, followed by Itachi. To-san, Nii-san, Sasame greeted excitedly. Fugaku smiled warmly at his daughter and ruffled her hair affectionately. How was your training? He asked. It's great, To-chan. I'm almost finished with the Phoenix Jutsu. That's great. I'm so proud of you, my daughter. Sasuke returned to the dining room and heard his father and his twins' interaction. He felt sad and jealous as his father never praised him. He never addressed him as his son. His father told him to address him as To-sama, while Sasame was free to call him To-chan or whatever she wanted him. He sadly pulled out a chair and sat down. Mikoto did not notice her youngest son's expression as she was busy preparing their meal. Itachi sat next to him and he was surprised when he was greeted by him. Hello, Sasuke, the Anbu said, startling the boy. How are you doing? The boy felt happy and his spirits lifted up as his brother and idol inquired about him. I'm doing fine, Itachi Nii-san. I can almost do the fireball jutsu, Sasuke said while beaming proudly. The elder brother smiled at his brothers for a moment. That's good, Sasuke, but you will never be as good as your sister. You are a failure and a weakling. Remember that, Itachi said, making the boy frown and bow his head, feeling heartbroken. His brother just insulted him again. Why are you like that, Nissan? You are slowly becoming like father. Why do you always approve of Sasame while you ignore and degrade me? Sasuke sadly thought as his vision became blurry. Tears started to form, threatening to fall down. Is little Sasuke crying? Sasame teased as she heard her older brother insult her twin. I will not have a crying weakling inside my house. Fugaku roared angrily. Mikoto came to her youngest son to comfort him as Sasuke was now openly crying. Her husband got angry and told her to leave the boy be. She reluctantly released her son from her arms and sat beside him as they ate their lunch. They sat in silence for a few minutes as they ate their food. As their stomachs slowly got filled, Itachi spoke. It seems I still haven't seen it, father. How disappointing. The demon has gone away, missing from our radar. It would seem that its stealth skills have improved. I have more Anbu look for it, and double the effort. Demon Bread must be found before the Hokage-sama starts to realize its absence. If it does, the Uchiha clan would be more likely scorned by the damned elders if they were awake. If we lose Konoha's only Jinchuriki and the other nations find about it, we will be in great danger. The demon bread must be found immediately. Mikoto butted in. Sasuke, meanwhile, was listening to the conversation as he silently ate. He was quite surprised when he heard his mother say the demon bread. Sasuke knew who his family was talking about. He had seen the blonde boy, whom the villagers called Demon Bread, a couple of times, getting chased and beaten by the villagers. Sasuke never saw the blonde as a demon. He only saw a poor, scared, and a lonely child who wanted and needed some love. He felt sorry for the boy as he saw himself in him. Like him, he just wanted to be accepted and be treated as a person. Sasuke actually wanted to be friends with the boy, but he never got a chance. He had asked his brother Itachi about him and asked why everyone treated him bad. He also told his brother that he felt sorry for the boy. When his twin found out about Sasuke feeling sympathy for the demon brat, she immediately told her parents, and Sasuke got a beating from his father and long scolding from her mother. Sasuke teased him and called him a demon lover. After that day, he never asked anyone about the blonde boy again, although he still felt sympathy for the boy and wished that he could help him defeat the mobs if he could only learn the fireball jutsu. When he heard his brother and his parents talking about him going missing, he somewhat felt happy for the blonde, as he knew that nobody from Konoha could harm him anymore. Now he could only pray and hope that the whiskered boy, wherever he was safe from any kind of harm. Takigakure. A girl with green hair and orange eyes could be seen running in the streets. She was escaping from a huge mob who was trying to kill her. To her, this was a normal, as she got used to the villagers hating her and trying to murder her. Girl, this way! Quickly, before they see us, a voice whispered. The girl listened to the voice and followed. She turned to the narrow passageway and saw four masked people waiting for her. Quick, here, use this! One of them, who sounded feminine, said as she passed her a cloak. The girl took it and quickly draped over her. The four unknown people motioned for her to follow. They ran for about 15 minutes and ended up in a clearing deep inside the village's outer forest. Here, the female said as she passed the girl a bottle of water. Thanks, she said as she quickly drank the bottle and asked for more. The masked female passed her another bottle while she gratefully took it. Are you alright? One of them asked. Yes, thank you, the girl said. Why did you save me? What? What kind of question is that? Why did you save me? Everybody here is in that village hates me. We know about that. That is why we saved you. We are not from here. Our leader heard about how Takigakure treated you and decided to save you. So here we are. She's telling the truth. I feel no deception. You can trust them. A voice spoke in the girl's mind. You know about me? Yes. You guys know exactly why the people hate me? Yes. Wow, and you are not afraid of me going on a rampage and start killing you off for no apparent reason? You do not hate me? Of course not. You see, the village we came from accepts people like you. We treat your kind as heroes for keeping them at bay. Are you guys from Kumo? No. But you said you do not scorn people like me. We do not. Yes, we sorry. But we cannot tell you our origin. But we assure you that we mean you no harm. We'd like you to come with us. You've seen how the people treated you here. Come with them, fool. You will be safe with them. Alright then, I'm coming with you. We will stay here for the night. We'll leave tomorrow. We'll create a blood clone of you to send it to the village so they will not get suspicious. So that just was your mission, to take me with you? The leader of the group raised an eyebrow. Although the green haired girl could not say it. Yes, is there anything else you would like to do? Well, yeah, I kind of thought you might want something else from Takigakure aside from me. I mean, there's classified information jutsus owned by the village and some other helpful, useful stuff that can be used against the threats in the future. Well, our task was to find you and take you with us. We cannot do anything else aside it. Yeah, I know that. I have a proposition for you then, which both ends will actually benefit your village, the way I see it. And what is that? I will come with you, but before I do, you will help me steal Taki's most prized possession and Kinjutsus, including the hero's water, she said. Before Storm got silent, she continued. I know where those stuff are located. Also, the hero's water, I believe, will be ready for harvest tomorrow. After its 100 years cool down, I'll lead you to the place where Taki keeps the gathered hero's water as well. The green-haired Jinchuriki rescuers widened their eyes. Upon hearing the girl's request, they were silent as they thought of the consequences if they agreed to it. The four talked to themselves. Well, damn, it's a good offer. Well, yes, we're taking the classified information and talking about the hero's water here. You know what that thing does, don't you? Plus, if we get that, pretty damn sure the Uzukake will be very much happy with us, you can say. Well, it's a part of the girl's deal. We'll take them. The girls come with us and our mission gets completed, as well as some bonus for us. The Uzukake will be pleased at this. Oh, definitely. Alright, we agree to your deal. Alright, they agreed and they all turned to the Nanabi Jinchuriki. The leader spoke. Alright, we will do it. We will take this village's most prized possession and forbidden techniques, including the hero's water. Yes, I'll help you collect them. We prepare today. We'll take everything we need tomorrow and leave immediately once we have what we want. By the way, what is your name? My name is Fu. Although I do not have a surname, I am an orphan. We understand that. Most people who are like you lived in isolation. But do not worry. Once we get you out of here, you will have your family to call. Something like that. Thank you. You're welcome, Fu. Now let us make plans. Sunagakure, a red-haired boy, could be seen on the balcony of the Kazekage's mansion. He was currently reminiscing the events that he have experienced in his lives. Kara was a very kind boy. He liked to help those who were in need without asking anything for return. All he ever wanted was to make a lot of friends, since he really had no one to call as a friend. He never understood why those people he was trying to help were very afraid of him. The first time he experienced a weird incident was that time when he tried to help capture a boy's pet eagle that escaped its cage. As he was trying to reach for the bird that perched on a roof, the eagle started attacking him viciously. He felt too scared as he was only 3 by then. He tried to cover his face from getting scratched, but then he blacked out. To everyone's surprise, who were watching, a huge arm made out of sand suddenly came out from his right arm and caught the bird. The sand arm then began squeezing the bird and suddenly closed its hand, crushing the eagle and splattering some blood and feathers. The boy who was the owner of the bird along with his family were watching the incident. They started to bolt away from the red-haired boy in fear. A few moments later, Gara regained consciousness and found himself alone. He looked around and noticed his right arm was bloodied. He panicked as he saw his bloody right hand and began to cry. There was also this incident when he was 4. He went to playground to play with the other kids there and make friends. But the story about him crushing an eagle was known to most children. When the other children saw him, they ran away in fear. Kara then was left alone, feeling miserable. He took a seat in one of the swings and began to cry. As he was busy crying, he did not notice 2 masked people approach him, both carrying kunais. Kara looked up in time and saw a masked man swinging a kunai at him. His body froze in fear and was not able to move. His mind went blank. When he regained consciousness, he was confused to find 2 huge pools of blood. He also noticed that his face and clothes have blood splatters. He ran back to the home to look for his siblings for help. Kara's older siblings, Tamari and Kankra, watched their baby brother lean in the balcony in silence. Ever since Kara was born, there had been assassination attempts on them. Tamari and Kankro eventually found out that it was their father who kept sending assassins after their little brother. They considered confronting their father about it, but decided not to do it. They simply agreed to themselves to keep their little brother from harm. They loved him and did their best to protect him and help him deal with the problems. Although Gara started to become a little distant when he reached the age of 5. On his fifth birthday, he met the Shikaku for the first time in his mindscape. The Shikaku then tried to convince him that it was his mother. Shikaku told him that it was she. She was the one responsible for him staying alive after numerous attempts on his life. It also told him that it was his father who wanted him dead. Kara then believed his mother. Since then, they had a mental link and his mother would constantly talk to him. Although he was scared because 7 months after they met, most of the time she would just scream in his head and tell him to kill everyone who would do bad to him. It was his kind and loving nature that helped him keep his sanity and kept him from going into a murder spree. He was starting to doubt of the Shikaku and thought it really was his mother. Thankfully, he heard about the Uzukage wanting him to stay in Uzushiu. He was told that he will stay there for at least 5 years along with his siblings. He was excited at the prospect of having friends and a new environment where people would not hate him or be afraid of him. He was bored out of his thoughts when he heard movement. His sand armor immediately went up and got ready for fight. Whoa, come dear Ototo. It's just us, Kankuro said while raising his hands at a surrender sign. Oh, forgive me, Nisan. Hey, Chan. I got startled, Gara said while bowing. It's alright, Gara-kun, Tamari said as she reached out for her little brother and hugged him. So what have you been thinking of lately? You seem so silent. Has the Shikaku been bothering you? I was just thinking of our trip to Uzushio-gakure. The Uzukage said that her son is just like me. I can't wait to see him and become friends. Hopefully. Tamari and Kakura smiled upon hearing this. Don't worry. I'm sure you will be great friends. Yeah. So, when are we leaving? I want to get out of this place already. Chicago's starting to give me headaches. She's been talking to me non-stop about murdering people. Don't worry, Garakon. We will be leaving in 3 days. Just hold her off for now, okay? Kankura said as he ruffled his little brother's hair. Okay. Gara replied, smiling at his siblings. The Uzukage secretly talked to him and his siblings and told them that they plan to fix Garo's seal so that he will be able to interact more with people without Chicago screaming in his head for bloody murder. The siblings went back inside to the mansion to have lunch. Uzushio Gakure Council Meeting Room. Uzukage-sama, I and my friends offer you our undying loyalty. We would like for you to approve to let us join your ranks. Also, under your watch, we would like to come back to Konoha to free our comrades. We strongly believe that they will be a good addition to Uzukage's forces. We intend on making up a story to make most of the root members come to an accurate location where you will be waiting for us so that you could subdue them and remove their seals. We would help on persuading them to join your cause. Sai said as he and his two companions bowed their heads to the council. The council members along the Uzukage, Minato and Kairi talked to themselves. The council members mostly came from clans that did not originate from Uzushio. Most of the clans came from various shinobi villages and hid themselves from their original villages. They repopulated with the other clan members. They also came from another villages, making their offsprings the ultimate juggernauts. Their great-grandchildren however, now had multiple bloodlines, and they secretly work for Uzushio Gakure while they are hidden in the shadows of the great-grandparents' former villages. Keeping a watchful eye, the council members group are unknown, and only the Uzukage and the 4 Uzukages knew about the ancestries. After about minutes of talking, they have agreed to let Sai, Torne, and Fu to join Uzukage's forces and will be under probation for a month as tenants. If they pass, they will be inducted to the academy and will learn of Uzushio Gakure's teaching for 6 months. After they are taught, they will graduate and will be promoted to the ranks of Chunin. Then they will be finally allowed to return to Konoha and have the remaining Root Anbu members go to an agreed location where they will be ambushed and have their seals removed. If the freed person chooses to join Uzushio Gakure, they will undergo the same process as the first 3, Sai, Torn, and Fu had. Otherwise, if they choose not to join Uzushio Gakure and remain loyal to Konoha, they will be executed. Well, thank you for your kindness, Uzukake-sama, Yondaime-sama. We swear that we will do whatever we can to help Uzushio Gakure and to return the favors you have given us. The 3 former root members said as they bowed their heads to the gratitude towards Uzukage and the Uzushio Council. Welcome to Uzushio Gakure, Sai, Torne, Fu. Please follow Kaide and he will lead you outside. You will be given a whole month of free time. Do as you wish, the Uzukage said as she raised her hand, ending the council meeting. Please follow me, the storm commander said as they got out of the room. Here are your passes. They will let the villagers know that you are on probation. This will also be your ticket to be able to buy something from shops. Just present it to them and the counter. Enjoy your stay. I hope that you will prove to be a great addition to Uzushiokakure's forces after a month. Thank you, Kaide-sama. We'll take our leave. The three said as they took their passes and bowed. Kaide sanctioned to the Storm HQ as the three walked away. Uzukage's mentioned in Naruto's room that Uzumaki clan are known to the world as Funjutsu Master. They feared us because of our affinity with it and efficiency with it. A fine Fuin Master who is a non-Uzumaki are only at an adept level compared to an Uzumaki. This is why our clans hailed as the Fuinjutsu Masters. Sealing is just one of our basic abilities. One of our secrets is the Rinnegan. Nobody else from Uzushiokakure knew about our sacred dojutsu. Those who came from different villages that have encountered the Samsara's eyes have died in battle. Naruto skipped the Rinnegan part as he have already read it info up from the another book. He scanned the next chapter and read something about another secret. Chiton, or also known as blood release, is another secret of the Uzumaki clan. This is considered as kinjutsu as it requires blood sacrifice for the user. Ichijidon is one of the ancient jutsus that were used during the times of the sage, where royal creatures known as vampires were at large. It had been passed down to the Haguramu clan, and until now, we Uzumakis use it. Most Chidon users and jutsus have been used along with the art of Fuin, because more deadly the jutsus are, the more deadly Chiton becomes. While other non-Fuin jutsus are bloody control, these techniques could be used to control the bodies of the enemies. Use another person's blood to heal the users or use it for rituals such as summoning. Naruto turned to the next page and read something of the strongest Chiton jutsus. One of the very first paragraph of the page, there was a warning. Descendant, it is highly required that you should become a Jonin first you because this is quite dangerous. And before you practice any of the blood release arts, blood bending allows the user to control another body of a living creature. The user becomes technically a puppeteer as he could will the victim to move and make it do whatever the user want as he pleases. He could also use the blood to run into different directions at high speeds and make the body of the victim explode. To be able to perform blood bending, the user must be proficient Suiton user first, as blood is technically also liquid but denser than water. Vampire's Bite allow the user to suck the victim's blood, turning it into positive chemicals that heal the user and also replenishes chakra. Vampire Seduction, the victim becomes devoted to the user for an amount of time depending on the amount of blood the victim intakes from the user. The user also had to feed the victim more blood if the user wishes to prolong the seduction. Blood Summoning allows the summoner to summon creatures such as gargoyles and bats to aid them in battle or other situations. Those undergo the effect of the vampire seduction can also be summoned. There were plenty of other Chiton jutsus, but Naruto decided to skip them in the meantime as he could not perform the art yet. He turned to the next chapter and read it. Sirens and ancient creatures that dwell underwater. Those creatures are also master of the Suiton, another thing that made them known for as their voices. They use their voices to sing a melodic tune that could hypnotize their enemies, making the victim easier to kill as they could become defenseless once they are under their genjutsu. Sirens have been long friends with the Uzumaki clan. They have their own civilization underwater, and each and every one of them are entitled to help should the Uzushiogakure requires their assistance. Sirens could also be summoned using the summoning jutsu once their user had become a fully fledged genin. Naruto continued to read the book about sirens and learned more about them. When he finished it, he turned to the next chapter. Dragons are the personal summons of the Uzumaki clan. Each dragon becomes automatically bound to one of the Uzumaki clan members. In order for the Uzumaki Ryu blood pact to activate, the Uzumaki clan member must be brought to a Terra and presented to Watatsumi. 3 days after the Uzumaki clan member's birth, once presented, Watatsumi, the god of dragons, will decide on who will be the Uzumaki clan member's dragon partner. The Uzukage's family have the liberty to summon more dragons besides their personal summon. Those who have the Uzumaki Ryu pact will receive a mark on their shoulder, proving them as one of the Dragon Clan. Summoning a dragon requires a lot of chakra. The chakra required to summon boss summons such as Kamabunta, Katsuyu, and Manda are 2 dozen times more in order to summon the dragon. This adds a reason to why dragon contract is exclusive only to the Uzumaki clan, since our clan are born with a very huge chakra pool. Damn, damn. Damn, if that cursed village did not kidnap me, I would have my own dragon summoned already, Naruto shouted in exasperation. Whoa, Naruto-kun, calm down. Please, Kurama told him as she freaked out for the moment that her host might get really angry and transform into the Kyuubi again. I'm sorry, Kurama-chan, I just got... I hate Konoha, the boy said as he rubbed his head. You know, you could ask your parents about your dragon summon. They could arrange a meeting with Watatsumi-sama. Alright, I'll ask them later, Naruto said. Few moments later, there was a knock on the door. Naruto opened it and revealed Konan, Nagato, and Yahiko. Hello, Naruto-kun. How are you doing? Konan said as she hugged the boy. I'm doing fine, Konan-chan. I've been practicing making origamis, moving with my chakra. That's good to hear now. Let us get back to your training. The three Johnnies spent their afternoon training Naruto. Nagato taught Naruto about the concept of ninjutsu, while Yahiko taught him basics about Fujitsu. Konan helped him with the origami mastery. Unknown location. Konan's defenses are still weak at the moment. I need you to go there and become my spy. Offer them your services and join their ranks. A snaky voice said. It will be done, Tosama, replied a female voice. Good luck, Uncle-chan. Iba Gakure. A short old man could be seen sitting behind his desk, reading a highly classified document. When he was done, he put the folder down and cleared his throat, calling for the people hidden inside his office. Get me Koretsuchi and Akatsuchi. Hi. 10 minutes later, a tall man and a girl with short hair entered the room. Tsuchikage-sama, you called. The tall man bowed. Onikijiji, what is it that you wanted? The girl said cheerfully. Here, read this, the old man said as he showed the two the folders he was reading. The curiosity took it and silently read its contents. Name, Naruto Uzumaki no Mekaze. Age, 4 or 5. Location, Konoha. Description, known in the village as the Kyuubi brat. Jinchuriki of Kyuubi no Yoko. Sealed to him by the Yondaime Hokage. When he was newly born, the night the Kyuubi attacked him. His parents are Minato Namikaze, and who also known as the Yellow Flash, and Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze, who's also known as the Red Death. Naruto had been living in life as an outcast, and it compared to how most Jinchurikis are treated, the boy life in Konoha was worse than all Jinchurikis' life combined. We also believe that the boy has an unknown Kekkei that is dominant. Well, Gigi, wow. Where did you get this? The girl asked. From our spies in Konoha. Of course, they have discovered who the boy's parents are. Most of the Konoha have no clue that he is the son of the Yondaime, their hero. Funny how they treated the legacy of a hero. The Tsuchikage said as chuckling to himself. He's kinda cute, the girl remarked as she stared at the boy picture. It's such a shame he's so lonely. He could spend some time with me when he gets older. Anyway, the old man said, gaining the girl's attention. I'm sending you two to infiltrate Konoha, retrieve the boy and bring him here to Eva. Try not to harm him. We need to gain the boy's trust and add him to our forces. When he is old enough, we'll pair him to our strongest Konoichis and we will have this bloodline, whatever it is. Oh, I want to be his first wife, Kuretsuchi said, dreaming while blushing. It would be ironic once we have him in our hands. We will turn him against Konoha. The way they treated him, no doubt, the boy's already planning ways of its downfall, Katsuchi said. Indeed, Oniki agreed. Anyways, I want him brought here unharmed. We need to gain the boy's trust. This will be considered an S-rank mission, understood? Hi. Good. Now go and retrieve the Yellow Flash son. Somewhere outside of Konoha. Our spies say that Konoha epidemic has finally come to an end. While they are still weak from it, I need you four to go there and do what we failed to do years ago. Heavy raspy voice said. This time make sure you bring the Hyuga hairs to me. Hi Rakage-sama. As this is where I'm going to be ending this part of, guys. Sorry for the pauses because I had to cough. I am still not feeling well that much, but I thought that it was month's end and I was thinking of making a movie, but I have already decided on it. I thought I'll upload it tomorrow, so yeah, stay tuned for that as well. And if you like this, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing out. Peace.